This section is Dealing with Emotions by Andrew Gowato. Like, so the link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So let's into this section 3, 2, 1.
See that? 100 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, today's really hot today, so...
Really hot.
Today,
Really
I'm
hot.
making another video today. Hope we're all doing well. Kind of had this idea, just in my head today, so nothing really super planned, more like just kind of a ramble, I guess.
It's a mumble.
And I just want to talk about, like, emotions. And specifically emotions that might be intense, emotions that kind of hard to understand. Probably the best way I think to deal with it and what I've experienced, and basically not putting a label on it right away, because there's many times where there's many times where I've felt certain ways about emotions, and sometimes feelings that I don't understand. Like the human is all like what we always do. We put our own interpretation on it and what we think it could be. For example, like I think this is more common in like say like a relationship, where you're talking to somebody and you might not say like you are in the honeymoon stage, or you just started dating them and you feel really close with them, and it's getting really pretty heavy. You're feeling all these things you kind of don't understand. You think, oh, this is what love feels like, me feeling like this. Or it could be your obsession with them, and or your care about them, but then it's like whatever you define love as well. And that's the thing that I think everyone should at least have their own interpretation of what certain type of feelings are and what they truly mean. Now, love is just one example. There's a lot of examples that I could use, but I can't really think of the top of my head at the moment. But I think it's just important to understand that there's a certain level of emotional maturity that you reach at a certain age that, well, ideally that you should reach, because in order to say have a committed relationship, or just have at least relationships in your life, you need to at least have that part of you in order. That part of you that you can mature and you can share the world, but obviously be responsible in. Because no one wants to be around someone that doesn't really understand or regulate their emotions well. No one wants to be around someone that's always, say, that's upset, or someone that's always mad, or someone that's always agitated, angry all the time. That's a few examples, and I'm aware that a lot of people might not have like the best upbringing when it comes to emotions and dealing with those, or they didn't really know how to deal with those at all, and they kind of just let it sit there. I know for like a lot of men, they don't really like engage with their emotions. It's like a thing nowadays where we need to like seem cold, and we need to seem like we're like this is what true masculinity is, and not express, not show our emotions as much. To a certain degree, I kind of agree on that, but at the same time, I think it's important to at least let those emotions still come in, but not suppress them, not stop them from having them in our system, and just let them process. Because either way, if you try to hold in so much stuff that has been building up for so long, it's gonna get out somehow. And I think the strategy of trying to like stop your emotions, then trying to say actually understand them, trying to actually sit with them, and like see why you're feeling this way, it's way better than trying to just suppress everything, because there's no real any growth from that. You just basically just shut the door on something that is a part of you, but you don't really you might be afraid to deal with it. You might be afraid to see what it actually is and why you're really feeling this way. But obviously that's just my perspective on it. That's how I see kind of like how like someone could probably not deal with their emotions in a healthy way. And obviously dealing with a healthy way looks like it's actually experiencing them, actually feeling them for how they are and not actually just holding them in. And now there's many ways to show your emotions to either, someone you care about, like a loved person or, friend, whatever. Or, what I do personally is just write it down. I put into like creative outlets that I use, pin my emotions, and also just sitting with them in solitude and kind of just letting them sit there. Because your emotions really are just something that's temporary most of the time, something that will come and go. But as long as it's something that doesn't ignite something in you where it causes that emotion to come up all the time, and but that goes into deeper for why that might be the cause of that. But because I know it can be tough sometimes dealing with people who might not have their emotions really in check all the time.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people in my life where it's their emotions get the better of them, and
Literally.
sometimes it can be hard to deal with. But I think as long as you're able to have that area of you mature enough and you can control that, it gets way easier when you're kind of able to be around others that don't really have that in check. You could say, if you don't, and you're just letting their, say, reaction or whatever they're feeling bounce off onto you, and that makes you pretty easy to attack. But dealing with your emotions can be tricky sometimes, but if you're willing to just face it and not be afraid of them, and see what they actually are and why you're truly feeling them, and just deal with them in a healthy way where you could just feel good and not feel like you need to give in to these emotions, like whatever starts them up. Because I think we all want to live a life where we can feel just okay and not feel so worked up about things that we're feeling all the time. But I think that's all I got for you today. This video was kind of more just a ramble of just feelings and emotions and how I'm thinking about that right now at this moment. And like I said in the last video, I might take a break here pretty soon because I'm kind of running short on ideas that I want to talk about, but I do have some ideas that I do want to talk about, but I need some time to really study them and be able to articulate them where I can feel comfortable explaining in like my actual view, actually clarity on what I'm trying to explain. So that's all I pretty much got for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like the video. Appreciate that. Subscribe if you want to see more of me, and that's all I pretty much got for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video.
Wow. They were dealing with emotions by Andrew Gowato. The link to the video will be in the description below. Go and check them out. And drop a like if you like, and comment below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you want to, and click the bell so you can be notified when I upload. Even I deal with my emotion too, so that's so baby too, And those people are also dealing with emotions as well,